Hello, Firebirds. It's time to pick your classes for next school year. We are going to go through a quick breakdown of the course selection process. There are 4 easy steps. I'll take you through the 4 steps and then I'll break each step down. Step 1, you are going to consult the course catalog. The information in the course catalog can be found on our school website. I'll show you how to find that. And it is most often organized by the year you are graduating. So what class are you in? You have a class of 2020, 2023, what year are you graduating? So that is a good way to find the information. You want to remind yourself of our graduation requirements. Remember, that is our end game. Okay, our end goal is graduation. So it's a really good idea to always be checking what your progress is towards graduation and making sure that you are taking the correct courses for the next year. And then we have things like course guides and multi-year plan, and both of those charts are designed to help you know exactly what you should take the next school year, depending on the grade you're going into. So consult the course catalog, step 1. Step 2, you are going to receive a course selection sheet. So this is the paper version of picking classes. If you are an incoming freshman, so you'll be in 9th grade next year, you will choose 18 classes, so you'll have 18 check marks. And then if you will be in 10th through 12th grade next year, so sophomores through seniors, you will choose 16 classes, 16 check marks. And that number is because you want 8 classes each semester, 8 first semester and 8 second semester. If you are looking on the course selection sheet and you're not sure what a class is about, you're going to go back to that course catalog and use that to find course descriptions to learn about what that class entails. Step 3. Then you're going to transfer the information on that course selection sheet to your academic planner in Infinite Campus. So we'll show you what this looks like, but you're going to log into your Infinite Campus and then choose the correct classes for next year. You will click Save, muy importante, click Save. That's how the information gets sent to us so that we build the correct classes next year. And then step 4, after you've gotten all your signatures, teacher signatures if you're taking honors classes, parent signature or guardian, and then yourself. We want to know that you chose these classes, not your best friend, not your younger brother. You chose the classes. So get all those signatures and then turn the paper registration sheet in to the front office. So like we said, step 1 is to consult the course catalog. So let me show you where to find that. So the course catalog can be found on our school website. If you're here on our front page, you'll go to high school, drop down to academic advising. And then as you can see, you can click on the course catalog. So once you're in our course catalog, it looks something like this. And our graduation requirements can be found on page 11. So like I said, a really important chart to be familiar with. The total credits that you need in order to graduate with a high school diploma. And then starting on page 12, again, organized by graduating class, we have these course guides. So as you can see, this is the course guide for the class of 2022 and 2023. Below it are for 2021 and 20. But by subject area, it has the graduation requirements and also kind of the order that you need to follow in order to complete those 26 credits to graduate. And then starting on page 36, we have these multi-year plans, which is just another way to keep yourself on track. So as you can see, this is the chart for the class of 2022 and 2023. If I'm going to be a 9th grader next year, I need to follow this column. And in some subject areas, you can see there are choices you have to make. Am I going into Mat 50 or am I going into Mat 25? Am I planning to take this college history class or the high school history class? So this is a really handy chart to stay familiar with. We'll pop down to the 2021 chart. They all look a little different, which is why it's so important to make sure you are following your graduating class. Try not to get dizzy as we scroll. And hopefully you know this already, but the deal with the colored classes, students that are interested in our associates program, you basically want to take the college option or the colored option every year as you go along. And as you can see, the number of colored classes increases each grade level each year. And so you make sure that you take those colored classes as opposed to the high school alternative if you're interested in getting the associates. And that is the course catalog. Again, it can be found on our school website under academic advising. Step 2, course selection sheet. So the course selection sheet can also be found on our school website under academic advising. It is below the course catalog. And if you lose the form we give you today, you can come here and find a replacement form, and you just select the grade that you will be in next year. So we are looking at the course selection sheet for next year's 9th graders. There is a different version for every grade level, so make sure that you have the correct grade level that you're going into. And that is because some classes that are available to 9th graders are not the same classes that are available to 10th, 11th, and 12th. So you want to make sure that you have the correct course selection sheet. So look at the top. And then here we go. It is organized by subject area. And having used that course catalog as a guide and the graduation requirements, you are going to choose 18 classes if you're a freshman and 16 if you are 10th, 11th, or 12th. Important to know, there are 2 sides, so a lot of the electives are on the back side. We keep adding new electives every year, so make sure you look over these forms really thoroughly and discover what new classes we have. And again, if there is a class that you see is new or something you're not sure what that class is about, go back to that course catalog. The second half of that book has all of the course descriptions, so you want to go find out what that class is about. You're also welcome to ask teachers and fellow students, but the course catalog is really accurate. So 18 check marks for 9th graders, 16 for upperclassmen. That is the course selection sheet. So just taking a quick peek at the 12th grade course selection sheet, you can see there are quite a few more college classes available, a few more electives. We've got that CE choice and the open blocks and things like that. And just a note, all students need to, along with their 16 or 18 check marks, we need 4 A's. So you're going to put an A in 4 different elective slots, and though the A's stand for your alternates. We want to know what you want to take as a backup if some of your first choice classes are not available. Step 3. Selecting your classes in Infinite Campus. You are going to go to your academic planner and transfer the information from that course selection sheet into your Infinite Campus account. So once you've logged into your Infinite Campus account and you've chosen Academic Planner, you will see something like this. This is called your MyApp or your multi-year academic plan. So it's just your course plan for over the 4 years that you spend at WCA. And it's organized by subject area, so you can see English, math, history, and so on. Electives are down below, but you're just going to click, and you really just need to worry about next year. Okay, so you're going to go to the grade level that you're in, and I'll show you an example of an upperclassman as well. But if you're a freshman, you're going to scroll down. Which English classes are you taking? Again, you want to always make sure for the core classes you're taking your A and B, because A is first semester, B is second semester. Math, pick the A and B. History, this is where you're choosing between that college course or the high school course. So we'll say the student is going to take the Ames History A and B. We'll do the same with science, and so on. Okay, then you'll fill out all the categories, right? ICAP is required every year, so you'll take the appropriate ICAP. Then down here, I want to just distinguish the difference between electives and non-credit. So the majority of our classes are 4.5 credits per semester, so they're all listed here. You'll go through and choose the ones that you want. Okay, we'll just choose a few. And then, so non-credit is just like it sounds. It's for things you don't get credit for. This, in the course selection process, is really only going to be used for upperclassmen for open blocks or their CE choice, or we'll sneak down here. There's some extra stuff in there, or for study hall. Okay, that's how you'll use. So if you are wanting a study hall all year or open block all year, that's how you'll use non-credit. So a good double check before you save. I'm going to count from the bottom up and make sure, if I'm a freshman, that I have 18 gray boxes or gray like classes selected. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yes, and then I want to save. I might get this message. It usually just means that you don't have things filled out for all 4 years, so we can click OK. And then those have been saved. And course selections have been saved. So I just want us to take a look at an example of a student who is going into their senior year. As you can see, this student has already completed classes and it's all the way filled out. Everything they've taken their freshman, sophomore, and junior year. So they are only going to need to fill out what they need to take their senior year. And I would say by the time you're a senior, your academic plan is pretty personalized. So depending on what credits you have remaining, you might be spending a lot of time down here in electives and non-credit, like figuring out when you can fit in your open blocks or your concurrent enrollment choices or what electives you have remaining. But again, you want to save at the end, and the process is pretty much the same all 4 years. So a really quick aside, one way to keep track of your progress towards graduation is to use this tab called the Academic Progress. It's right next to Academic Planner where you choose your courses. So as you progress through high school, you can be keeping track of the progress you're making in different subject areas toward the graduation requirement. So this is, again, is an example of an 11th grader going to be 12th grader next year, really close to meeting the graduation requirements. Here is an example of someone who hasn't even started high school yet. This is an 8th grader planning to register for their first year of high school next year, so nothing's completed. And it will slowly turn green, and these will be filled out as the years progress. Awesome, so you have completed step 3 in Infinite Campus and have completed your academic planner. You've clicked Save to make sure all those course selections are going to come to us, and we give you the correct classes. And we are on to step 4, turning in your registration sheet to the high school office. Remember, before you do that, to get all your required signatures, teachers, parents, guardians, and yourself, and then bring that course selection sheet to the high school main office, turn it in, and you are done. And before we go, a quick peek at some frequently asked questions. There's a lot of information out there for you. Myself and Ms. Tickler are always available. You can email or stop by and ask us questions if you are feeling confused or not sure what to take for next year. Every student will meet with an academic advisor just to verify that you are registered for the right classes. We are here to help. Good luck, Firebirds.